Day 4, I think. Days are kind of long. It's difficult to remember. I'm frustrated because I'm still not feeling well, and I'm not the kind of person that can just rest and get better. So I did for a little bit, and then I didn't. I went and I bought a new backpack, and I love it. It's very professional looking, which I need because right now I have a Pixar backpack of The Good Dinosaur and I have a Jack Skellington backpack. And yeah, those aren't any level of professional, except like professional nerd or something. So yeah, I got a new nice backpack, and then I went to do a Vespa tour with Gina, Dr. Dermy, Dr. Kreiser, and Dr. Dermy's sister, and her sister's husband. And it was really fun. We did a Vespa tour of Tuscany, and so we went through the Chianti region, and it was beautiful and also a little bit dangerous because there were tiny roads and they were really steep sometimes and very swervy, and people that drive in Italy, there aren't a lot of rules. So it could be really dangerous with us being on the road and people passing us with tiny roads and other people trying to drive the opposite direction, and yeah. So that was interesting, but it was just fun in general and a little anxiety producing, not gonna lie. Yeah, just driving next to cliffs on this machine that I've never used before was definitely, I was afraid for a few times. Definitely prayed a lot. And I sang Jesus Loves Me, This I Know, that song. I sang that a few times. And yeah, and so at one point, so I wasn't very good at the beginning, naturally, and I was kind of uncertain about how to shift my weight with it whenever we were turning. So I ended up turning, and okay, so we're driving uphill on a small road, and oh, right. So we're driving uphill on a tiny road, and I end up turning, and I didn't do it very well. So I shifted, and I didn't shift enough, so I ended up going off the right, and I used the brake, and I ended up being fine, and I drove it back onto the road. And then I decided, well, I'm going to shift my weight more because I haven't been doing that enough, and it's made my turning awkward. And I overcorrected, and I ended up going off the road from one side, overcorrecting, going onto the road, passing right in front of a car and driving off the road on the other side. And I started driving down a hill, and so I realized that I'm going in front of this car and I'm going to go downhill. Like, I can't stop this. And my first thought is, wow, this sucks. This is how I'm going to die. And I'm thinking that, and then I'm driving down the hill a little bit, and then I think, oh my gosh, I have a brake. Use the brake, and I'm not going to keep driving down the hill. So I use the brake, and that stops. And then I think, wow, ow, those pokey plants really hurt. And then I think, wow, I'm so glad that I spent the $20 just as insurance just in case I do something to this Vespa. And it ended up being fine. I have scrapes on my legs a little bit, but nothing bad. And that Vespa ended up being fine, but it was certainly frightening. Fun, definitely frightening. And so for the rest of it, I was like, okay, I can do this. I can drive this. It's fine. But there was still a little bit, wow, I did that, and now I'm driving next to these huge cliffs where I could literally die if I make a mistake. So there was that. But still fun, in spite of fear, which is nice. And we stopped at a winery that was built on foundations that were from the 14th century, but there were also some signs that it could have been during Caesar's time, so there's that. It was gorgeous, and we stopped at this really cool castle. I don't remember the name of it, but it's near Vicchio Maggio, and I want to actually get the name, but I think that's a little bit too late for that. It was really pretty, though. We saw great vineyards, and we got to see the castle, and Leonardo da Vinci lived there. Oh, I can look it up through that. So he lived there, and it's rumored that the view that he had from there was the view that he used for Mona Lisa. So that's very interesting. I hope that's actually a real fact and not just a rumor, but we can't really prove that. And after that, we went to the capital of the Chianti region. I can't remember the name exactly. I think it was Greve, Greve. It was really beautiful, a beautiful little town. I liked it a lot, and I had some really great gelato there to help calm down. It was delicious. The first gelato I've had while being in Italy this trip so far, which I want to have more because it's delicious. And after that, we drove back to the starting point where we first got the Vespas and had a really good dinner, a buffet dinner, and that's where I earned the money back. It was a very lovely buffet. And I'm at home now resting, preparing for tomorrow's trip to Elba Island, which will be really fun. And yeah, so there's that. Today was a really good day, day 4. And day 5 will be really good too. Bye.